How are we getting on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We're back today with another Sunday Sessions video. If you are new to this series, it is basically where we go over the markets. We pick and choose specific markets that we feel hold good potential for profitable positions in the coming week. And we give you guys full breakdowns and analysis, back-tested analysis that we feel will help you guys get a better understanding on how to place positions in the market, but also be profitable alongside us. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through a few markets myself, highlight some zones and areas that I feel we could look to potentially get involved from, and in doing so, hopefully you guys can learn how I analyze the markets, but also have the potential to go ahead and place profitable positions in the coming week using the zones and areas that I have provided you all with today. If you do go on to enjoy this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is very much appreciated. And if you have any questions or queries regarding the analysis we go through today, please just leave them in the comments below. So the first market I'm going to go over today is the Great British Pound to the US dollar market. As you can see on screen, we've had the penetration of a higher time frame supply zone. We've had a break of structure to the downside, telling us that price is somewhat ready to put in a trend in the opposite direction to what was trading us up and into this supply zone. So this tells us that price is now potentially looking to trade in a bearish way, which is brilliant. That gives us a direction to trade in. All we need to do now is find valid areas to enter. So you'll notice that I've highlighted 3 points of interest that I feel we could look to get involved in short positions from. So this one here highlights an unmitigated last buy to sell region, again with this one here, and the same with this one. So these are all order blocks that I have managed to find throughout doing my analysis prior to recording this Sunday Sessions video. So what we want to see essentially is for price to continue trading up and into one of 3 supply zones. Once we have the penetration of a supply zone, we can then expect supply to be introduced and that to flip the S&D balance. Now, we will get confirmation of price being flipped and the S&D balance being flipped via a break of structure. Once we are delivered with a break of structure to the downside, we then have confirmation to continue to look for those short opportunities. So a break of structure to the downside after a penetration of a supply zone may look something like this. So you can see price is traded into this supply zone here. Price is then broken structure to the downside. Why is this a break of structure to the downside? Because this here would be the last protected low within this bullish structure. This low here went to create this high, which is the highest high within this bullish correction. So this is a break of structure to the downside. We simply look for a fractal supply zone that will suggest itself and highlight itself from the initial impulsive wave that broke the structure. So this one here. We wait for then price to pull back up and into that, and that's where we look to get involved in the market with those short positions. The reason why we wait for price to pull back into a fractal supply zone is so we can get involved with a refined entry. By getting involved with a refined entry, we are able to increase our risk to reward ratios exponentially. In return, that gives us better profits from the position that we're placing. So that is just a quick overview on the Great British Pound to the US dollar. I am definitely looking to go short in this market. I just want to see price trade up and into one of 3 supply zones, deliver us with a confirmation of a reversal before we looked to get involved actually in this market, placing those short positions. Okay, now heading over to the euro to the US dollar market. This is a market that we have been very heavily involved in as of recently. You can see here how we have taken full advantage of multiple positions within this market, both buys and sells, taking advantage of the impulsive waves as well as the corrective waves. Now, when we have a good understanding of the footprints that a market is putting in, we are able to distinguish and establish specific zones and areas in price where we are expected to see price reverse from. In doing so, we are able to capitalize on complete swings to the up and downside, and that's exactly what we've done numerous times over the course of the last few weeks and months. Now, moving forward, what are my thoughts with this market? Well, you'll notice here how price has put in a heavy corrective wave I was expecting price to reverse from this order block here, this last sell to buy region. We had price reverse very well from this, and then we got struck with fundamentals on the early hours of Thursday morning on the 27th. So because of that, we then had the introduction of large amounts of volume that pushed price to the downside. There was a lot of supply that was introduced into this market because the euro is actually depreciating due to the fundamental news. So what we are seeing now is price actually disregard this bullishness that we have been expecting and been seeing over the course of the last few months. Now this isn't anything to be concerned about. I do feel price will recover and continue in this bullish way, because I'm expecting to see price trade all the way up and into this higher time frame supply zone before giving us a higher time frame reversal to the downside. So what we need to do is try and find and distinguish areas that have been left unmitigated that price can come and trade into. Well, we could suggest, or we could say, that this here had been left unmitigated. Price didn't come to trade into this zone. As you can see, it's just traded just above the zone itself, and then continued trading higher. But you'll notice that price has now traded into this and has offered us with great rejection to the upside, which suggests that price has now had an S&D flip to the upside. So what I want to see now is for price to continue trading us higher up and into this market. We can expect bullishness to continue like so. We can then expect a penetration of this supply zone here, maybe for that to put in some kind of corrective wave fractally before then trading us higher on the higher time frame. So those are my thoughts for the euro US dollar. What you guys can do is highlight this zone out for yourself. I will apply the increments now as we speak on this market. You guys can highlight this out for yourself, and you could look to place some temporary short positions before price continues trading us in this bullish way. If you wanted to look to get involved in longs, then you absolutely could do so. I would just wait for price to put in that fractal correction, or the correction within this higher time frame corrective wave, and then we can look to obviously trade that way in a bullish way, taking full advantage of the next impulsive wave taking this market higher. Okay, now moving over to the XAU to the US dollar market. Again, we were struck with fundamental news on the back end of, well, it was early hours of Thursday, in fact, and we saw that this market trading goes down and into this this demand zone that I've had marked out for some time now. You can check previous Sunday sessions videos. We've had this zone marked out as an area to buy from for a very long time, and price has traded down into that and delivered us with a bullish structure we wanted to see. So whoever got involved in buy positions by looking at previous Sunday sessions videos from this zone, well done. You will have profited very well. I'm expecting now to see price continue trading us all the way up and into this higher time frame supply zone, where I'm then wanting to see price trade us down in a bearish way with a longer term bias. So we can expect price to put in some corrective waves and for price to show both bullish and bearish structure, but prominently bullish structure. As we can see, price is putting in those higher highs and higher lows, and we can expect this to continue all the way up and into this. I'm then expecting an S&D flip to take place, and then we can take advantage of this market. We want to wait for a break of structure to display itself to the downside, for price to then pull back into a fractal supply zone that we will find from the initial impulsive wave that broke the structure, and then that's where we look to get involved in this market. So again, that's my bias for the XAU USD. Nothing crazy, it's quite self-explanatory. Yes, we've had fundamentals throw the analysis off ever so slightly, but price quickly corrects itself and readjusts accordingly, and so do we with our analysis that we provide and that we perform on these markets. So definitely looking to go long in this market before we go short longer term. I'm expecting that this swing trading us higher could take anywhere between a week to 2 weeks. And then we should see price traders down in a bearish way. Finally, heading over to the Great British Pound to the Japanese Yen. This market has been recommended by one of our clients, Norton, so this is for you. My bias with this market, I'll be completely honest with you, it is very much a bullish market. It has been for some time now. But what we have seen recently is obviously structure break to the downside. We've had price suggest to us that there could be a higher time frame reversal inbound. So what we need to be looking out for is areas of supply. Now you'll notice here, if I go to I think we are best staying to the 30 minutes. Yeah, you'll notice that there is an order block that has been left over, and price has recently come to trade into this. So this is where we may see price start to reverse from. If, however, price continues to trade above this, then I would expect that we can see a reversal from this higher time frame supply zone here. So what I want you guys to do now is pause the video, mark this out as a potential area of supply, somewhere that we could look to potentially trade this market lower from. And also have this in mind as well. Price is currently within an area of supply, so supply is being introduced, which could encourage price to trade lower. So in terms of looking to trade and tackle this market in the coming week, what would I be looking for? Well, first and foremost, I do want to see a break of structure to the downside before I look to get involved in any short positions. So what I would do is I would mark out the last structural low within this bullish structure, which is this one. Why is it this one? Because this low went on to create this high, and this is the highest high within this bullish structure. So I want to see price trade beneath that protected low, as this would give us the confirmation that price is no longer looking to follow the laws of bullishness and is now following the laws of bearishness. And then that is where we can then start to look to actually trade this market in a bearish way. Our confirmation and our entry will come when price comes to trade back up to put in its initial correction before trading goes lower. So we would look to get involved from a fractal supply zone that we would find from the impulsive wave that broke the structure initially. That's where our entry would come from. Now when it comes to our take profit target, I would be tempted to stretch my take profit target all the way down just below or just above, should I say, this structural low here. Why? Because this guarantees that our take profit can be achieved if price is to follow bearish structure with a longer term bias. As we know, in bearish structure, price produces lower lows and lower highs. So this low realistically should be breached and should be broken below to create a new lower low. So yeah, that's my bias for this market, and that's what I'm expecting to see price do in the coming weeks. I hope you guys have enjoyed my segment of this Sunday sessions video. If you have done, as I say, please leave it a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is very much appreciated. And if you aren't involved in our VIP chats, our Learning Lounge group chat, or any of our other services, I would highly recommend getting involved. And if there is anything I've gone over today that you guys are unsure about, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you all in the next one.